Hello and thanks for joining me at the Velocity RC Magazine channel. I'm Pete and this is the new Traxxas Maxx. Now if you're thinking new, that truck came out in 2019, well you are correct. What makes this the new Maxx is a longer wheelbase thanks to a new main chassis, and it's wider thanks to the WideMaxx suspension kit, formerly an option, now standard for the truck. We'll check out those features and more as we get into the new Traxxas Maxx right now. The new chassis stretches the wheelbase from 329 millimeters to 352 for a difference of 23 millimeters or 0.9 inches. The original Maxx was 367 millimeters wide, new Maxx 405 millimeters wide. That's a difference of 38 millimeters, which works out to a full 1.5 inches of extra width for the new Maxx. Also new, Sledgehammer tires, which are a lot more aggressive than the original truck's Max MT rubber. The Sledgehammer tires are 6 millimeters taller and also a bit heavier at 266 grams each versus 230 for the Max MTs. That's a difference of 1.3 ounces per tire. The quick release body system is unchanged and remains a very welcome feature. The mechanism is incorporated into the body's reinforcing structure, which uses new parts to match the new longer body, and there are grind rails on top for rollover protection. The rails also help the Maxx rock back onto all fours when you use the self-righting feature. The longer chassis is basically the same as the original until you get past the speed control, where you can see about an extra inch of length has been added. That extra length allows for a longer battery tray, and that means you can put a higher capacity pack into the new Maxx versus the original. The new Maxx can take a 6,700 milliamp PowerCell LiPo battery. More capacity means more runtime, and if you already have an X-Max or an Unlimited Desert Racer, or both, and you're using the 6,700 milliamp battery, now you can also use those packs in the Maxx. Or if you don't already have a battery and charger for the Maxx, Traxxas makes it easy to get the right stuff with a completer pack that includes a 6,700 milliamp 4S LiPo battery and an Easy Peak Plus 4S ID charger all in one package. If you go with a completer pack, you'll be certain to get the correct stuff for the Maxx, and the ID technology is pretty convenient. When you plug in an ID battery, the charger automatically recognizes the capacity, chemistry, and cell count and sets itself accordingly so you get a full and safe charge every time. In the suspension department, you get fat aluminum GT Max shocks that are color matched to the body, and the new WideMaxx arms add 1.5 inches to the truck's total width compared to the original truck. To match the new arms, Traxxas also extended the drive shafts, and as you can see, the female halves almost completely enclose the male halves, so there's a ton of engagement area, with just enough shaft left exposed to accommodate suspension movement. The Maxx gets Velineon brushless horsepower with the VXL 4S speed control and a 2400 kV 540 XL motor. That combo good for 60 plus miles per hour. There's plenty of steering power with the 2090 servo that delivers 285 ounce-inches of torque. And of course, all the electronics are waterproof. After all, it is a Traxxas monster truck. Traxxas is launching the new Maxx in 6 colors. We'll look at them here. Each one comes with color-matched inserts for the wheels, and the anodized shocks are also matched to the body colors. If you've got the original Maxx, you might be thinking, well, I'll just convert my truck to the new specs. And you can do that, but it's probably more parts than you think. It's easy and affordable to get the width of the new truck with the WideMaxx kit, but if you want to get the extra wheelbase as well, plus the body required to fit the longer wheelbase chassis and the Sledgehammer tires, well, it adds up pretty quickly. Probably better just to go ahead and get the new revised Maxx if you want the full new Maxx experience. So that is the new Traxxas Maxx. Now, if you're a fan of the original, like I am, there's nothing to dislike here. Being longer and wider will only make it more stable and forgiving. And if you are a UDR or an X-Max guy, you've got those 6,700 milliamp batteries. Here's another truck you can put them to work into, which is great. This one's going to get out to California for Derek to give a thorough shakedown on. So far, so good for me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.